But yeah, I'm just surprised that the Swain didn't end up moving a little bit sooner. Here is now Jana, no flash.
He'll flash, auto attack, first blood. Froggy is the one to pick that one up, and Evelyn Bot is in the area. Descent does drop the Rift Guard. They're going to look to engage. It's going to be a Cataclysm getting dropped down, but Vagar got pulled into the Cataclysm, which could be trouble.
Ooh.
Down goes Evelyn Bot, down goes the Vagar as well. Hugs Descent and the support on the one side, but they're going to be the ones to get engaged on. Ultimate coming out for the Malphite onto the Vagar, but the Vagar is still...
On a day where it could very well be the differential in the playoffs, two undefeated teams in the ECC will square off in Overwatch 2. The New York Tech Cybears taking on the Staten Island Dolphins in a battle that determines the #1 seed heading into the playoffs. As we say, aloha, friends, and welcome inside of the booth. Chef Billy here with me, and my name is Clutchkey, and joining me right now is a 2-6-0 teams, combined map records of 30-4, 15-4 for New York Tech, 15-0 for Staten Island. And Billy, what a showdown we have lined up for the final week of the regular season here for the ECC.
I mean, David and Goliath. No. This is like Godzilla versus Mechazilla right now. We're about to get it on. I mean, the kaiju power is real right now. You know what? The Cybears are trying to come back from losing to SNHU last year in the playoffs that sent SNHU to the CECC. So they're really looking to get themselves back into it. We saw it happen back in the spring. They're back here again, in position to get themselves a really good seeding going into their championship run.
Yeah, you talked about last year where SNHU, they did defeat this team of NYIT 3-0 back in the ECC championship last year. SNHU was then sent off to the CECC. But as of right now, they might not have to worry about too much about SNHU. At the very moment, though, it was SNHU that took 2 maps off of New York Tech, but New York Tech still able to win that 3-2 earlier on in the season. So SNHU sitting at the #3 spot currently, the Cyber sitting at the 1, but that's alongside Staten Island. Actually, if you're counting map differentials right now, Staten Island would be at the 1 spot, Tech would be at the 2. So we'll get to find out what exactly happens here in our 6-0 versus 6-0 matchup, 2 undefeateds as we go right into the map of Oasis. And Billy, what we're seeing, unless this is a bait from Staten Island, 2 completely different teams.
Oh man, I mean, you can engage very well with, of course, with the changes. If it's not as good as a creator as before, what at this point, it may very well work, and you're going to look for Bioactive and Chong Yun in the back to be able to come through and really capitalize on these vibes coming in from the Doomfist.
Let's see if they can. Right now, it's just the faster team onto the point already, you can tell, is the Staten Island Dolphins. Already just kind of making sure that they're just stabilized for right now as New York Tech will decide to rush into the point. Really nothing to go up against this Echo at the moment, maybe besides the Baptiste of Super KGA. By the way, folks, if you're knowing this, for New York Tech, an all-new roster except Pepino, who is on the Lucio right now. So otherwise, all of these players currently are new players. Starts off with a kill onto the Immortality field from Cami 101 as looks like tides turning into the favor of Staten Island with 3 players falling oh so low, which includes Mephisto of the Mercy. Mercy gone, and so for New York Tech, it looks like they'll start off with a point.
I mean, this is a fantastic extended fight there. And I mean, I like May Waltz coming out from Dabmaster. I like what Lord Tation is doing here on the Sojourn. But I think the real key right now is the speed. Pepino, the veteran here for New York Tech, being able to speed the team around and kind of disengage from these doofus dives. But we're getting up very close here to a meteor strike.
There comes the focus beam, which will take down Super KGA, and so Staten Island starting to be on the good foot here. Bioactive might not even need to pop the duplication. Cammy 101's taking care of Dammaster. It's a 2-for-1 trade for right now. Meteor Strike comes down. Sound Barrier will counter that. That's a lot of damage done on the Meteor Strike. A lot of people in trouble as Cammy 101 gets down to the team members. It'll be Staten Island gets it back.
I mean, you did get the duplicate out, though. So, I mean, you get a little bit of value, even though you flipped the point there. You also get the sound barrier out, though. Staten Island is going to have a lot of staying power in this next fight, especially with the Kitsune Rush. You might have a Fox Blade coming out here, Keegan. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the Blizzard to kind of counteract everything that Staten Island can throw at this fight.
The Blizzard, as well as the Matrix and the Overclock, can very well counter what we see here. Already the protection seems to having to be used, so now the Blizzard's going to come out, and this Doomfist is stuck in place, nothing doing. So now it's going to be the double support ultimates between the Valkyrie and the Kitsune Rush, but it's going to be the Soldier that gets the Overclock kill onto Noob 393. So advantage to New York Tech. Blade as well as Matrix available on either side. Chungin's going to pull out the Blade, at least gets one. Gets rid of the Immortality Field, will slash away in the middle of a lot.
No way!
Chungin still gets 2 kills out of it. And Staten Island looking to hold on as they get rid of the Lucio and the Sigma. It's still the Dolphins to hold.
I mean, what a great patience there being shown from Chongyun there on the Genji. Just waits for all of the chatter to go away. And then just comes in there and says, you know what, I got a katana here. I'm a dicey, like a Ginsu knife, and they get it done. Dammaster over to the Tracer here, looking for a little bit more backline pressure, looking for Noob, looking for message stop.
72% enrolling here for Staten Island as another duplication available coming up in another Meteor Strike. New York Tech falling also low already, and with no sound barrier available to them, it's going to be a little bit of a tougher fight, especially if that duplication goes off.
Oh.
And Dr. Temptation is going to go ahead and get that one off to Mephistoff. And now the Meteor Strike comes down. Immortality Field pops that off right away. And Staten Island, nothing left on the board. The duplication comes off, but Bioactive falling oh so low. Isn't going to get anything out of the duplication. But in the back line, a 2-for-1 trade, which includes one of the supports of Super KGA. There's going to be the Gravitic Flux up as the overtime clock hits. Dammaster's able to pick up Bioactive with the Gravitic Flux help. It's just the Genji left to go. New York Tech looking to flip this, which they will. And it'll be the side wall for right now as it stands, because they're stalling this out immensely. Pulse Bomb. Chongyun dashes into the Pulse Bomb of Dammaster, and now it's just the Doomfist to kind of just stave them off for right now. The Sound Barrier, we keep this going here. Sound Barrier is out, but Temptation already making a look this, or maybe to turn this right around again. The Soldier's been such a threat, Billy, that it could very well be the turning point.
I mean, Lord Tentacion there is getting it done. I think they're going for the XX Tentacion name there. But, you know, we're looking for Noob, and I mean, Noob has the better positioning of the supports right now, and it's still in favor of Staten Island. I think that we're going to drop here 1 health in a dream, and they survive.
Yeah, what they won't do, though, is they won't flip the point back on over. So New York Tech does have it. Lord Temptation with a big amount of damage. Already has another overclock ready to go alongside of the Matrix. And what they're doing, it's just a stall tactic here just to get rid of more time, especially with 50%.
I mean, you're going to have Blade and the Kitsune Rush once again. Another Meteor Strike. This is the 3rd one or 4th one that we're going to be talking about here in just the first sub-map. Cammy is getting it done on the Doomfist. I was worried about going up against the Sigma with the kit and the utility that a Sigma has, but Unlogics has not been able to curtail the Nigerian pugilist.
66% enrolling here. Lord Temptation is already able to get a kill, but the Blade yet again, Chongyun is able to find at least the Immortality Field, but nothing else. Still 3 kills following for Staten Island, and now the Sigma's in a whole lot of trouble here because Cammy and Noob just going to surround it. Staten Island looking to flip this one all the way back. The only one that can touch at this point is going to be the Tracer of Dammaster. Lord Temptation will switch on over to the Soldier just to touch the point with the leg running. But now the Tracer's in a whole lot of trouble. No recall either. But what a great stall here from New York Tech just to be able to get back onto the point as we got to reset on the fight. And now it's going to be the Application Matrix alongside the Immortality Field. But Chongyun and Bioactive both getting their picks off. And now the Baptiste in a whole lot of trouble. It's going to be fight over here. Only left to go is this Doomfist and the Lucio, which does not have a sound barrier until right now. Pepino does get the sound barrier in time. And we still keep going, Billy.
I mean, this is and we see the duplicate come out. We've got an extra meteor strike on the field. Chongyu does get the dash through it. I mean, this is just a chaotic fight back and forth between all the players.
Tracer pulls out the pulse bomb, goes a little bit wide. No more ultimates on the board for either side. Chongyun's able to get rid of the Tracer, but now it's just the soldier who gets protected. Suzu finally Kiriko that's still alive, and now the Kiriko goes down, and finally the clock bleeds away. Staten Island is able to secure it, but what a long fight here on City Center to start us off, 183.
Keegan, this is a chaos. This is absolute disruption Overwatch at its finest. You're looking at the Echo being able to flit around the map. You're looking at the Genji that can climb and get out of the way and then dash in, sometimes into a pulse bomb, as we saw happen. And then we see Noob being ever elusive on that Kiriko. So now for New York Tech. I mean, we're going to Gardens now. You want to value the high ground here. You want to be able to have these lines of sight as the team that's trying to retake the point makes their approach. And for New York Tech, I mean, they're kind of swapping over to what we saw a little bit from Staten Island there, but Bioactive and Chongyun really did lead the charge there on the back of some great tank play from Cammy.
Well, let's see. Cammy no longer on the Doomfist, instead on the Sigma matchup here, but meanwhile, Staten Island will not have the soldier, and instead it'll be Lord Tentation with the Echo instead. So let's see if this pays off for them in dividends. You can see how split this team is for right now. The Mercy Echo kind of just splitting off from the rest of the team. But Staten Island says the group that stays together working out really well right now is everybody got Super KGA gone, and Pepino doesn't really have a chance to get that res up. Immortality Field thrown, but Immortality Field doesn't matter. It's a quick fight already, as Staten Island will take the point first.
Positioning and speed. That is what killed New York Tech there. The Cybears just were not able to rotate fast enough. And Cammy, once again, is dominating the tank battle and having a good time doing it. They're going ahead and disengage and get their progress going up. And for New York Tech, I think that they need the speed back. I think that you need to bring in an Ana here, honestly, or a Brigitte. You need to be able to deal with Chongyun and Cammy in the front line, because Cammy is just having their way with taking space.
But you had earlier on Pepino on that Ana before, but switching off to the Mercy instead to help out the Echo. But so far, so good for Staten Island to kind of stave away that Mercy Echo combination. 35% in rolling. They tried to go ahead and just find the damage that they need, because it's really not showing up. They get partial damage here and there, but no focus beam that can get there in the first place. So now Chongyun's able to find Lord Tentation, getting a little too risky, a little too close for comfort, if you will. That's both the Mercy and the Echo down, and you can guarantee that this is another fight win for Staten Island. I
mean, this is just a space taking 1-on-1, and then the focus fire on the back of it. Chongyun getting a 2.5K there, basically taking out that immortality barrier. But I mean, Cammy, just really owning the space here. I mean, look at this ult bank charging up here for Staten Island. CSI definitely has unlocked this New York Tech team. I mean, this is going to be a fantastic next fight. Really need to see something big come out from Dabmaster on the Sojourn.
It's going to pop off. It's going to pop off right here in New York Tech on the brink of losing map number 1. We'll still have map choices later on, but map number 1 gets oh so important, and now it's the Granitic Flux that's going to get at least one up, and I believe that's the Sigma, so now they're going to use the App Matrix to go ahead and go right through the tunnel here. Bioactive has already found 2 through the window. We'll find another one. We'll duplicate into the Echo, but to no avail. Dabmaster does find Bioactive, but it's going to be too little, too late. Nothing else can show up here for New York Tech. They're probably going to give up the point here unless Dabmaster can do something about it. No overclock, no nothing though, as they still keep this fight going, but nobody else is going to be able to touch the point. Not a speck of dust on point number 2. 183 on the City Center, 100-0 on the Garden, and Staten Island starts us off 1-0.
Staten Island has the script in front of them right now, and they are reading from New York Tech's playbook. They understood the assignment. They got it done. Noob, I talked about it there in the first map of City Center. Well, this was the evasiveness. This was the lethality of this Kiriko as well. And I mean, just getting it done, the perfect placement of that Kitsune Rush really did turn it for them. So they just really got it done. I really do appreciate the wiliness here of Noob, because they were just all around the place. They were up on top of pillar, especially, at the ladder craziness. They were just standing up there, just throwing kunai, throwing Affida when somebody needed some heals, throwing a Suzu if somebody was in a little bit of trouble. I mean, it just almost seemed like the Cybears never looked up and noticed that there was a threat on high, and that's where Noob was perched at.
Yeah, Noon perched there on the Baptiste as well as the Kiriko as well. So plenty of different ways to show, and final stats as well. I know we want to highlight a player here, but big time for Bioactive as well. 9,000 damage dealt. You also have 26 limbs and 11 final blows. So a lot to talk about on Bioactive. But I know Billy, you want to talk about Cammy here in just a couple of moments.
Yeah, I want to talk about Cammy because Cammy on the Doomfist really did get it done. But I think that just the standard of tank play, I mean, I'm a tank player. You know me. We played comp. We played together in quick play. You know how much I love playing tank. This was on a different level though. The space taking and the decision making here from Cammy was actually disgusting. 22 eliminations on 9,300 damage, and I mean, we saw three meteor strikes there on City Center alone. That was disgusting. Loved the work getting done by this tank player.
Yeah, lots of different things to talk about here, at least for the Staten Island side. Pretty much almost a perfect game except for that 83%, which was, you talked about, pretty chaotic, and then it kind of looked just all sorts of different back on the Gardens. So now we move on to the next map here, and for those that don't know the ECC rules, at the very least, it is basically all maps are available to you as long as they're in comp play, and you cannot choose the same game mode more than 3 times here. So from what we've seen so far, normally you and I get to talk about what the next map mode is, but for us, we don't get to know that because this team could pick any which way you want to. So if you're this team of New York Tech, Billy, what are you choosing here?
I mean, I'm going somewhere where the Doomfists don't work. And I think that I want to talk about, not playing into a Sigma map. I mean, if they're going to continue to run the Sigma, they have to be damn sure that they are going to be able to get it done. Because Cammy right now is playing on a different level. Whether that means that you swap up your DPS copy, you swap up your supports, that will be a different story. So we'll see what's going to happen coming into this next map. We're waiting for that choice for the Cybears.
Yeah, waiting on it right now, and again, it's a plethora of opportunity here, so lots to try to figure out because it's not just stuck to one game mode. It's not your control, hybrid, escort, push, flashpoint leaderboard that you have right there. It's anything goes as long as it doesn't get picked more than 3 times. So essentially, it can just go anywhere you want. Meanwhile, other games that are going on inside of the ECC right now for at least Overwatch, you've got St. Thomas Aquinas taking on Southern New Hampshire. That game could very well be important as well. And then you've got Malloy taking on St. Joseph, Long Island, Florida State, Garnet with the bye. So some pretty important games there for Southern New Hampshire and Malloy. 4-2, 3-3 for 3-3 for Malloy, 4-2 for Southern New Hampshire. So very well could dish out which team is going to land up at the 3 spot. Although Southern New Hampshire with a very nice position on that because Southern New Hampshire landing with a 5+ map differential, whereas Malloy at a -2. So that's going to be a very interesting. Lots of things need to happen between those 2 teams at the moment. So again, we're just waiting on what teams it could be. But let's talk about this, Billy, because I know you were playing in a tournament earlier today, and I know that one of the things that was going on was the name of Caster Curse was applied here in one of the teams, and I'm so sad I wasn't able to participate.
Yeah, we didn't get bodied. Okay, I play tank. I kind of did dominate on Lijiang Tower, though. I will admit I did dominate on Lijiang Tower. I pulled out my donkey horse there for night market. And then I went Rhine on Control Center. Had a very fun time with it. We went 2-0 there and got out to a good start. But then Far Mercy exists, and well, we are in the metal ranks, and sometimes we just can't hit that thing in the sky, and that's what ended up being our downfall, was not being able to take care of a Fair Mercy. So I mean, it happens. It was a lot of fun though.
Yeah, it was good fun. And remind me who that was. Who the tournament was by?
It was from Faria.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Lots of great tournaments happening as well. So next map that we are going to see is indeed going to be Escort, as we are just being let know right now, and it is going to be Circuit Royale that we go to. So a little bit longer sight lines here, but I mean, Sigma still the top tank you're going to see in this mode.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can force a Doomfist here if Cammy is feeling sproggy about it, especially defensively, because you do have the ability to reposition so easily. I think that's going to be something that we're going to be looking at, is how does Cammy maintain space? What is the decision making of this tank player? Are you going to be holding close? Are you going to be bringing a Sim? Are you going to be bringing a Widowmaker? Are you going to bring a Hanzo? I like the Hanzo pick here, especially defensively, because it gives you sight, it gives you vision. It also gives you that one-shot potential with those tree trunks. So we'll see how these 2 teams are going to address this as we go to Monaco. I'm wondering if we're going to see here, the Monaco 5. And I mean, that would be the Sigma. It would be a Hanzo. It would be a Baptiste and a Zenyatta. And then, the second DPS kind of varies. Do you want to run with the Ashe and have that spam damage from the Dynamite and the ability to reposition with the Coach Gun? Or do you want to go with the Bastion for a shield break potential and then and then the Artillery Strike as the ultimate to be able to deal with that? So the choices are pretty cut and dry here. The standard composition, the Monaco 5 really does work the best here. It's all about taking space. It's all about being able to relinquish a little bit of space if you do happen to lose a member of your team and being able to get back into cover. So that's where we're looking at is this is more of a cerebral escort map than what we would say like from a Route 66 or from a Dorado or from Shambali even. I think this is the most cerebral of the maps because of the long sight lines, because of the ability to get out of the harm's way. We'll see how this goes.
So your DPS choice, it's going to be a Widowmaker on either end, but you've got the Hanzo versus the Sojourn. So the Sojourn certainly want to get up charge on that Sigma shield. Here comes the off angle from the Widowmaker right now. Just trying to find out where everybody is. Radar arrow for right now, and it's a trade-off. Both Widowmakers are gone. Phobic gets Lord Intation, and Dammaster gets Phobic, and now Dammaster is going to pop another headshot onto Chongyun. This is going to be free space here. The Zenyatta's going to do all they can, but another shot here onto the Zenyatta basically means death. Now both of them are going to have to use the kinetic grasp just to get around the corner as the Chaos fight is going to continue. But what a start here for New York Tech.
I mean, that's exactly what they needed. Dammaster landing true. And I mean, Unlogic's right now, yeah. I mean, you're not afraid of a Widowmaker popping off on you. So now you're just looking high, and Pepino gets involved too.
Pepino gets involved with a kill on the Bioactive, the Zenyatta mirror, and Billy, you might have only taken one fight here because they really don't have another chance at kind of getting onto this card, and not at all. I mean, they add another 5.5 minutes left to go. Oh, if that jump shot hit, but still, New York Tech, 1-5-1.
Love it. Absolutely love this coming in from them. And I mean, you know what? They did not take anything bad to heart there. I mean, you lose control. Okay, GG, go next. That's exactly what they're doing, and now they're absolutely stamping their authority on this map.
Dammaster tried for a little bit of a sneaky play there. Sojourn not noticing the Hanzo on the staircase. Had to back away. Luckily, didn't hit the shots there. 5 minutes on the clock. Plenty of time as Kami's trying to take as much space as they can. Already falling down to 300 health, but that Overfiscal can do so much. Chongyun, though, is able to get rid of Super KGA, so a lot of the healing down. And now both of the healing down. Essentially, Dammaster is able to find Bioactive. It ain't going to matter. Staten Island puts up the fence.
I mean, okay, so I mean, that's a great hold finally. We get to establish some positioning here. Now you get to set up your sniper and then throw Chongyun on, whatever kind of a flank you want. Lord Tentacion here really does need to be careful about where they stick their head out because Phobic has definitely found the range.
Let's see, Phobic's trying to find at least one more shot before maybe using that infra sight, but to no avail so far. Now the Dragon Strike is going to come down the middle. Dragon Strike is going to go right on that payload, see if it does find anybody. It does. Noob doesn't even use the Immortality Field, so that now lets Bioactive use the Transcendence to move them up, but it's not even going to matter. New York Tech still finding a way through, and now the Sojourn just in so much trouble. Sojourn gone, and now they're just going to take space up.
Well, the good thing is that Kami did not use their Gravitic Flux here, so they're going to have an initiation tool here, and maybe to come back in last second. Especially with that rock on, they should let go with it.
Transcendence is going to counter that right away. Transcendence may not even be needed. Dammaster's already got the arrows onto Kami, and in just a short fight, yeah, you used the Gravitic Flux, but to no avail. Staten Island stopping it again, and New York Tech advances on. Oh! And then Dammaster just gets 3 headshots.
3? Yeah, I mean, just dink, dink, dink. What did Uber say? Headshot after headshot after headshots. Yeah, good stuff there from Dammaster. What a great pick here for them. Moving forward, now you're looking at this window. I mean, they can take so much space here just on the back of that ultimate.
So now they've got the payload up to about halfway through the first turn. We'll get it through the first turn. Now you got the infra sight from Phobic. Is this going to find any picks? It's noticed as one through the wall for right now, and they switch on over to the Iati instead for Bioactive. And now you've got the Overclock being used at the same time. This Sigma in so much trouble, but it's a good thing you've got the Overshield from that Kinetic Grasp. Immortality Field is gone. First Perk probably wins this fight, considering now that Staten Island has used everything in the bank. No ultimates available for them. New York Tech has 3. As the fight just continues on, now it's going to be the Overclock used from Lord Intation. There goes the Overclock. And the Overclock gone already for New York Tech. 1-for-1 trade-off. as they just keep this corner around, but it's a lot harder to do without your Baptiste, and now they're just going to push up on this.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is definitely the go side, and with that pillar or that pylon gone, this is the go side for them to push forward, my friend.
Now it's 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. The fight just elongated here because they want to hold this on the home stretch. Final few meters left to go, as all New York Tech has is that application matrix. But now the captive son gets at least 3 people inside of it, and now it's just big damage from Bioactive. 3 kills already. Bioactive has found 4 of the 5 final blows there, and Staten Island holds on.
I mean, that's clutch as clutch can get, clutch key. And, yeah, we're going to swap over here to a double sniper look from New York Tech. So I don't hate this at all, especially if we're going to see Lord get out on the outside, go around coast, get on the outside of the upper levels, and really take it to and make these into a kill box situation, because they got so much work done in that first progress. Now it's all about reclaiming their space.
They had about 5 minutes to start this. Now it's down 2 minutes to less than 3 remaining. As Unlogics does have the Greater Flux available. Pepino and Super KGA both having their ultimates as well that can very well counter out the Gravitic Flux known as Cammy. We'll see if they want to throw that out, though. Now it's going to be the Gravitic Flux up. There is the Transcendent to counter that out right away. So 1 ultimate gone, 2 left to go for New York Tech, as they just still try to find a way to push around this corner. And look at Bioactive, already 50% to another ultimate. Application Matrix is going to come up. Bioactive's healing pylon gone for the next 12 seconds. So is the Immortality field for much longer, as we still get 72 meters left to go. Now it's the overclock coming out from Chongyun. Dammaster, though, hitting Phobic in the meanwhile. And Dammaster coming up big with 2 kills. The Soldier's going to have to act in response as they get 2 kills of their own. And those are 2 big ones with both of the supports gone. But now it is just Bioactive left to go. The white is there. 2 minutes left to go. Can somebody touch as they transfer on over to what very well could be fast and furious? 1.6 meters left to go. The Doomfist is there, but the Doomfist does not touch. New York Tech goes all the way with 1:57. They go uno, dos, adios, completing entire of Circuit Royale. Staten Island's got some work to do.
Oh, they've got some massive work to get done here. And I mean, just the fact that we swapped to a double sniper look, I don't think that Staten Island was expecting that at all. And the Dolphins were really on their heels from about the time that we saw the Gravitic Flux get canceled by Unlogics with that massive accretion, and then the follow-up from Dabmaster. They really pushed hard through point B. They get it done on the inside. They do get a little bit stalled out, but then you see the swaps. I think the Iyari pick from Bioactive was actually massive. That 4K really did stall the Cybears out, but they marshaled their resources. They really did manage their economy there, Keegan, as they were able to kind of flip it around. They were kind of in a deficit for about 90 seconds, and they just held. They just held. They just patience. And I love to see that at this level, because, sometimes you might get a little bit panicked, and sometimes you might want to, get a hero play out. And instead, they just really held their nerve and got it done. I do like what Dabmaster's doing, though. If I'm going to be a little bit more introspective here and take a closer look and zoom in on that, the fact that Dabmaster is letting loose with these Dragon Strikes immediately, almost as immediately as soon as he gets them, is forcing so much out of Staten Island that they don't know which way to turn.
Let's see if they can turn this around for Staten Island at the very least. 1:57. Remember, New York Tech won this very first point with what I would say is one fight, considering Dabmaster just popped. But now Dabmaster doesn't get a chance to pop off. Already dead. The shield not there from Cammy. And now it's just a run-along game here. They've already found 3 picks, and this is going to be quick for Staten Island.
I mean, the fact that this happens so fast, I think they actually do get a chance to reposition and reconnect here and recontest. The fact that, I say that Pepito goes down, that should be enough for them to get over. Question mark, maybe if Dabmaster can get something done here on the Hanzo, but I think that this forward positioning, this aggressiveness is absolutely paying off.
Well, the payload was slow and actually glitched out for a second there because somebody stepped off the points. So you're right in saying that Staten Island, or rather New York Tech, gets another shot at this. Healing pylon gone for Bioactive for another couple of seconds. Will they decide to drop down, though, for the final few meters here? They do have enough room to do so, and now they have the rest of the players. So here we go. 4 meters left to go. Chongyun, though, is able to find the headshot onto Lord and Tation. This half, it ain't Dabmaster hitting the headshot so far. It's been Chongyun and Cammy that's been doing some work here for right now. Dabmaster's just trying to find this Widowmaker, but the Hanzo v Hanzo battle right in each other's faces. Who's going to win out on this one as they just hop back and forth? Healing pylon, Immortality field gone from Staten Island for right now. Immortality Field gone for New York Tech as everybody falls oh so low.
No,
Pepino
no.
falling oh so low. Unlogic's falling oh so low. And now it's just the game of who's going to blink first as Dammaster is able to find Chung Yun. And actually, I believe they capped the point, so yes, they get 2.5 to the bank.
That's what I was squealing about. Is no! They forgot to keep themselves on point. They actually had the wherewithal there to be able to deal with the pressure coming, especially with that pick from Dabmaster. But they just back up a little bit too much. They played it a little bit too passively. And now, you know, for their efforts, they get a chance to take it to the fight. Oh my God, Phobic. Phobic is so good!
Phobic, immense kills there, 2 already. Now they got the Tracer to worry about. Pulse Bomb goes a little bit wide. Oh, the Baptiste lands up inside of it. The Baptiste drops into the Pulse Bomb after the jump, and now gets the kill, and that could very well spell danger for them because now it's a 3v3 situation, but Phobic takes care of the Tracer. They're just going to push this as far as they can.
I mean, you're going to have a free Gravitic Flexor because you don't have a Zenyatta on the field. You don't have a Lucio on the field. So, I mean, really, your Super KGA right now is going to have to hold this lamp until that ultimate's let loose.
Phobic out of the fight for right now. Cammy, so it's a 4v5 situation as New York Tech is going to push right up on top of them. There's going to be the Captive Sun that gets at least 2 inside of it. But now you're going to have the Kitsune Rush come out at the same time. Cammy and New both finding their kills. So Pepino's Kitsune Rush might have gone all for nothing. Unlogix is going to pop off the Gravitic Flux, see if this finds anything. But the Immortality Field keeping them all up. And the gamble does not pay off. Staten Island's going to find their second point.
Nope, I mean, they get it done. And Pepito over to their third healer of this map. They're on to the Ana, so now they're looking for the nade. That's the big thing that they're looking for right now, is to deny the healing resources, because basically the way Cammy's playing right now, Keegan, almost unkillable.
Yeah, it's been so good from the supports of Staten Island thus far this round. Dammaster's been sort of quiet in this half, although has found a kill left and kill here and there. To nothing so far, as Staten Island really hasn't lost a fight in this round. You can see the time bank, 4 minutes and 30 seconds, pretty similar to what New York Tech had on their attacking side. Can New York Tech stop the bleeding for right now? Dragon Strike's going to go down the lane. This finds Chung Yun on the sideline, and so that side area forces them all the way back. You lose the Soldier and you lose a lot of your damage.
This is brutal. This is brutal. And I mean, look at this. I mean, just the adaptations coming from both teams right now. Oh my God, Bioactive with a massive shot, though. That's exactly what they need. They're going to have this Captive Sun going in to this next fight. I mean, they're at 4 minutes right now. If they don't get some heals on Unlogix right now, this is a done deal.
Orientation pops the overclock. There's going to be the Immortality Field, and now the Captive Sun. A lot of damage thanks to the shot due to the Disruptor shot. So Bioactive finds Orientation, and now the payload's going to go into the home stretch.
I mean, this is a 2-minute difference right now, just about. Temptation going over to the Genji. They want to get up and close and personal. They want to get into the back line. That healing pylon is in the perfect spot right now, and Chung Yun has a great angle onto the members of the Cybears coming out.
Final fight territory right here, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Healing pylon gone, and this Genji falls oh so low. Chung Yun finds him coming down from the second floor to the first floor, finds the kill. Cammy and Chung Yun both finding their kills, and now it's going to be the Gravitic Flux up from Cammy, though. That's going to get counter right away. Chung Yun is able to find kills with the overclock comes to Pepino. No more chances than this, as Dammaster is only at 10 health. Phobic finds Dammaster in the back line with only 1.65 meters left. It's just the Tracer to stay on. Lucio cannot do much else, and Staten Island with the more impressive time man goes uno dos adios on Circuit Royale as well. The difference, 1 minute and 5 seconds.
I am impressed with the attack from both teams. The defense is something left to be desired here. There is something for a May to be said right now. The sniper battle is going well, but it's the off DPS that we're looking at. We're looking at Tentacion. We're looking at Chung Yun, and really Chung Yun really asserted their dominance. They're taking more favorable sight lines in their attack phase. And I want to see more of that, because it was pretty impressive what Chung Yun was able to do, even in the face of Unlogix here on the Sigma. Pepino and Super KGA, I mean, getting their job done. I mean, they're healing as best they can. I'm just not sure if their thought process of how they're positioning their team right now is exactly where we want it to be. So Tentacion right now is actually thinking about where they want to go with their DPS, and I mean, they have not selected yet. They got 15 seconds to get up with the team.
So the time difference right now, 1 minute and 5 seconds. What an attack from Staten Island. So 3 minutes and 2 on their bank, 1:57 here for New York Tech. Time does not adjust. because it did not fall under the 2-minute threshold. So we will keep going here with the same amount of time as New York Tech comes right out with the same thing. Lord Natation's going to try the same angle here for this one off the staircase. Nothing doing there, so fight continues on. It wasn't really quick this time that New York Tech had on earlier, as Dabmaster going to find a pick here on the second floor, and I think Phobic knows this. Phobic and Chongyun know this. They're staying a little bit safer right against the wall, knowing that Dabmaster can pick you off one by one here. But Phobic already going to kill Vampino.
That you have to pull back now. You've got to pull back. I mean, you can't keep fighting this fight. You've got to regroup, marshal your resources, get what you can done, and then think about how you're going to come out of this. So, yeah, I mean, Chongyun, God bless America. This Sojourn is absolutely lighting it up.
Chongyun's found 2, Phobic's found 2 final blows as well. Down to a minute left to go. I mean, Billy, what do you do here? What do you do to adjust? Because now nobody's at an ultimate, and this is getting down to the wire here.
I mean, I'm looking at what Cammy's doing right now. Already 10,000 or 11,000 damage taken, and the healing is there for everything they need to do. I think that you've got to throw caution to the wind. I think you throw a Bastion in here and start working the shield. That's the big thing, is that the shielding and the rotation of the cooldowns from Cammy is just too darn good.
Right now, New York Tech cannot find a single answer on Logic's already falling down to low health. Lordentation gone. Cammy now taking care of Lordentation. So now it's the Gravitic Flux up and no Transcendence to counter this. This is big damage out from Cammy as Cammy finds 4 final blows. 20 seconds remains.
I mean, now's your time. If you're going to make any kind of a change right now, is the time to do it. The Genji's not going to get it done, not against Phobic and Chongyun. You're just going to use the disruptive field to stymie this Genji. I mean, maybe you go over the top, maybe dash over the top and try and get to the back, but you've got sights out now.
Somebody's got to find a touch, though. You do have the Doomfist for the moment, but if that Zenyatta goes, so are your chances. Zenyatta gets headshot, but it wasn't full charge, and now Chongyun's through the window. He's able to find Super KGA on the overclock. No ultimates available for New York Tech because Super KGA is gone. Phobic's found another shot, another one as well with all the final blows, and Staten Island stops them in their tracks. New York Tech with all the question marks, and Staten Island only has 34 meters to go up 2-0.
Phobic. Oh my God, that was disgusting. I'm here for it, of course. I love seeing this happen in real time, but man, they have not found a way to close the distance on this Widowmaker. 8 final blows there so far, and a total of 16, but really got a majority of it done on that defensive side. So we'll see if they continue to stay with it. I mean, looking at the lobby right now, I mean, Chongyun leading our lobby right now with 30 eliminations, 16 final blows on the Sojourn, absolutely laying it bare here.
Yeah, lots to talk about after this one. For right now, though, a lot to talk about for New York Tech, because they're going to have to put up one of the biggest fences I will see. 3 minutes to deter what Staten Island has as a 2-0 sequence in the palm of their hands. Only has to get it around the corner. You saw the golden box of victory. It is super close, and I'm actually kind of surprised they don't pull out a Bastion here to maybe kind of counter the Sigma Shield, if you will.
Yeah, I've been calling for it. I mean, that's the best. That's the best way to pull the cooldowns out of a Sigma, is to bring a Bastion, make them pull that kinetic grasp out when you drop the wheels, and then you go with the grenade, and you go with the primary fire, and then you let the rest of the team go in. So I mean, the Hanzo and a Bastion look here would be the most damage that you could probably get in there, save maybe a Junkrat. But here, I mean, this is all about on Logic right now, taking care of business and being able to manage their cooldowns.
You can see the healing pylon as well, just around the corner as well, and that's not going to do anything for you. 4 meters left to go. 2 meters left. And you know you have to touch right there and then. Healing pylon for right now.
Oh my God.
Chongyun's already found Dabmaster. And so the beginning of the end happens as Chongyun's able to find 2 final blows. And while nobody else is able to touch, it only takes them a total of 35 seconds to get it around the corner, to win it out. 3 minutes and 2 to 2:27. That's all they needed. 35 seconds to win it 4-3. And now Staten Island sitting on match point.
I mean, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Bio and Chongyun getting it done. I think Bio was so darn impressive there. That was fantastic work from them. That would be great to see what they actually did there. But, I mean, this was just so good from them. So good.
So good as well. Want to just mention real quickly that, I mean, we had a lot of good players there. It looked for a second that this 1 minute and 50-second time bank for New York Tech looked very, very good. And then all of a sudden, that second attack from Staten Island just turned it on its heels. For myself, I want to point out one player. I want to get Bioactive on here because Bioactive, just the numbers, insane. Damage Delta healing 8,000 damage from the Iati along with 10,000 damage. Yes, might not have been the top healing overall from Super KG's 15K, but still, the 10K to the 8K damage dealt, that balance from the Iati with 26 eliminations, 4 ults on the Captive Sun use. An insane game from Iati, to say the least.
And remember, they did not switch to Iati until we were inside the hotel.
Yes.
On the defense. So they got that done in that short amount of time. My word, Bioactive needs to be signed to a roster right now. Oh. Right now. We need to see them go on beyond this.
Yeah, I mean, just an insane amount of damage, an insane amount of healing as well from everybody. I mean, from mainly Bioactive, but now another player to highlight as well, because we saw it in the final play. 2 final blows to talk about to start that off, and it was just unraveling at that point. A 35-second take, and Chongyun was the start of that, Billy.
Look at that! 37 elims. That's the most in the lobby by far. And then 21 final blows. Talking about the accuracy, the precision, using the charge rail shots. I mean, and sometimes it was just, it wasn't even full charge. Sometimes they just got up to about 50%, knew that they had the shot to take and let loose with it. That's the proactive play that you want to see from your DPS, especially with a hero like Sojourn. Yes, the 100% charge on that rail shot is immediately lethal. But if you could do 2 of them back to back in quicker succession, like we saw Chongyun do quite a few times, you get the same result.
Well, now the same result does happen for Staten Island. They get 2 points on their board. New York Tech sitting on match points. So we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, Staten Island up 2-0, looking at match point and essentially the number 1 seed point. Take a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, from the break. Clutch Key alongside Chef Billy with you as we get into what the scoreline right now is 2-0 in favor of CSI of Staten Island right now. Dolphins sitting on match point and essentially the number 1 seed point as we are in the final week of the regular season before we hit that 1-week break and then go into the playoffs. So, Billy, third map we are going to see here, and again, the rules are that we do not see the same game mode more than 3 times in the series, but maybe they're used to this kind of same set as we go on to not another escort map, not another control map, but we are going to Nimbani for the third.
I mean, wow. Okay, hybrid coming up third here. I don't hate it. Now, what it says to me is that they want to take this ground-based attack away from the Dolphins. And so we may be looking at a Winston. We may be looking at a Diva. We may be looking at a high ground Orisa. I'm not sure. But the fact that they want to take this ground-based objective away and make them have to play on different levels here is a really good call here from the Cybears. So I like what they're thinking here. I like the fact that we're, kind of deciding different map types, different looks here. I mean, they thought they may have had the answer in the sniper battle, and well, we just saw Bioactive there prove everybody wrong that yes, Iyari is a healer, but is also a third DPS, and that it was actually kind of mesmerizing. We had our observer Scoots come in here and just say, "Did you see that damage for the Iyari?" Yeah, it was that. It was that. Yeah, I mean, dabbing on them haters was Bio there in the support role. So we do have some picks coming in. Bioactive is going to go to the DPS role where they do just fine on support. And Mephistoff is coming back in onto the Mercy. So you're going to have a tether here for this Echo. Damage boosted sticky bombs. Scary proposition.
Same thing for New York Tech, though, on the other side. Dam Master, you saw on the Hanzo last map, moves on over to the tank, which Unlogics was in. Unlogics moves back to the DPS side for that soldier instead. Pepino, Super KGA, and Lordentation staying right where they are as the dive will come right on in as they're going to go right for the Mercy and Echo combination. And Lordentation getting the kill that they want onto Chongyun and to the Mercy as well. So the dive tactic works out well. Staten Island wasn't ready. New York Tech's got the point.
I mean, this is exactly why you go here. They get the job done. And so, I mean, that's a full team wipe there. They're going to get this first point. Lickety split. And, I mean, looking at the ultimates, I mean, Cabby's going to swap over. What? Okay. High Bioactive with the finishing beam, getting Dab Bastard down. You'll just let that come out of spawn and see what you got. But Cabby is going to answer the Winston. So we're getting Winton Overwatch here, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, Winton Overwatch. Lordentation getting Bioactive, though, says we're going to have to wait for the Winton v. Winton for right now. Actually, they're just going to charge right in. No stops here on this train for New York Tech. They want to make some space, and they're going to get a lot of that space back because of the way that they're pushing them right now. Shows that they just want to make sure that this payload's not in a bad position.
You know what? I would have gone with the Winston copy right there, right away. I would have gotten in their face, built up a quick Primal Rage, and just gotten the work done and kept this steamroll going, because now you're allowing them to get back into the fight.
You are for right now, and Chongyun and Bioactive getting them. So yeah, duplication not even used at this point. They went quick, and they went furiously, but Chongyun finding 2 final blows there. New York Tech stops for right now.
I mean, Keegan, they missed an opportunity. With that early duplicate, they could have taken so much more space than what they did. Now, they're at risk of being spawn camped.
Let's see, they are spawn camped for the moment here, but Lordentation knows that with the Mercy pocket there, your Mercy can't go that far unless you're going to be in so much trouble. Bioactive's got them down for right now. The Winston in the backline just doing so much damage, even popping the Primal Rage and getting Pepino down at the same token. So now the Winston just gets a lot more angry as the payload falls all the way back. Lordentation finds 2 on the sticky nades, and it's going to be a fine win here. The Winston just stuck inside of this room alongside of an Echo. But every single time, you know that the damage is going to be done by the focus beam as New York Tech advances on.
Yep, this is a beautiful fight. And, you know, they do lose one fight here, but it's still 4 minutes on the clock, Keegan. And now they're really pushing forward. They've got almost 5 ultimates on the board. I mean, this duplicate's going to have to be huge for Bioactive. I'm going to assume they're going for the Winston, trying to get an early Primal Rage.
4 ultimates, 5 ultimates online for New York Tech. Every single check marker is going to be available in this fight for the Cybears. Dolphins have to respond right now, and here we go. Diving right on in is the Winston. Here comes two of the DPS ultimates alongside of the Kitsune Rush. 3 ultimates for New York Tech. I'd be surprised if they don't win this, and if they don't win this, it will be very much devastation, but they find 4 picks immediately. They find the duplication of Bioactive. Bioactive and New both investing their ultimates, but 4 ultimates to 3 means New York Tech gets another 90.
They do. I mean, it's so expensive, though. I mean, almost an overcommittal. I think that Unlogic's getting dove so low is the reason why they ended up having to pop those other ultimates. But you know what? 436 as we approach here on point 3. Chongyun, though, we know how deadly they are with this railgun. They have the overclock on their line.
There you have the sticky knees all over the Winston. The overclock is going to get popped. Can Chongyun find anything? Chongyun's been pretty good with these so far, but so far, nothing pops up on this kill feed for the overclock as it runs on out. And now they're just all the way in the back line. Chongyun's able to find Lorditation with the headshot, along with the Mercy cover. They just collapse on the Mercy and the Echo, and they will collapse on the rest of the team. Staten Island holding up the wall.
Chongyun is him. Waterican, once again, dabbing on them haters in chat, having a good time at it as well. 3:52 on the clock. We're looking at, you know, who's going to get up onto this ultimate next. It looks like Bioactive has actually lapped more Temptation here and is going to have their duplicate online next.
Now let's see. For New York Tech, you've got no ultimates online. Staten Island almost finding a second one inside of that Valkyrie, and the duplication almost available. Doesn't even need it though. Bioactive finds the focus beat, but a big one. Cammy does go down. Lorditation also rests thanks to Pepino, so we're back down to a 5v4. Bioactive's going to duplicate, but it's just going to get shredded. Nothing doing on the duplication onto the soldier whatsoever, and Staten Island has to back off for right now.
Yeah, I mean, you've still got this Mercy pocket over here, and I mean, you're looking at Unlogics right now, getting their revenge here onto the Dolphins, bringing the Soldier 76 out. That's the, that is, oh my god, everybody going so low here. They turned the fight with the Doomfist and Bioactive once again.
It's a trade fight left and right, 1 kill on either side. No big team fight there. It's just a trade and a scrum fight when the spawn room's in favor of the defending side. Staten Island's able to kind of stabilize a little bit here, but you have the Meteor Strike, you have the Kitsune Rush, Billy. What do you think comes up here?
I think it's going to be the overclock, actually, from Chongyun. I think that they got the maximum value out of it, even though they are on 70 health right now. You get a little bit of healing resources and let them have it.
So overclock is available for Chongyun at 70 health. Bioactive only needing the sticky needs to get rid of it, and getting rid of the Mercy as well. You get rid of a big amount of damage on that Mercy Echo combination. That's most trouble. You're all the way back for New York Tech with 220 left.
Yeah, you can just hold all your resources now. I mean, everybody can build up now. You did get the reposition out of the Cammy Meteor Strike. But now you're looking at 4 ultimates here for the Cybears. This is their one opportunity, I think, for them to complete this map with time in the bank.
4 ultimates for New York Tech, 3 ultimates for Staten Island. Coming up on another one if Fistoff can just keep the beam going. And we'll see. Kitsune Rush may start us off here in just a couple of moments. Valkyrie will start us off first. Kitsune Rush from Nuke. They'll probably respond to the Kitsune Rush of their own, but Chongyun might end all hopes of this. Overclock already found Lorditation. Finds Pepino. Finds Super KGA. Has found 3 picks on the overclock. The team wipe. And New York Tech just has no answers for Chongyun right now.
That was an overclock inside of a Kitsune Rush with a damage boost. That is unfair. That is disgusting in the most wonderful way. I applaud you, Mephistoff, keeping the blue beam going, not worrying about any heals whatsoever. No yellow beam for you. I just want you to murder everybody, and that's exactly what happened. Sub at 90 seconds now. There's going to be 3 ultimates here into this fight for New York Tech. They've got to be able to push through here. They started this with 4:36. The clock and Chongyun again.
Chongyun's found a second kill.
My
and
God.
4 final blow. Chongyun wants them all. Gets 3 final blows. The Winston popping the primal rage just to get out and will escape with their lives with half health. But Chongyun absolutely demolishing this team as Unlogic switches on over to the Bastion instead.
Now? Of all times, now? Okay. Chongyun, by the way, 19 limbs, 12 final blows. And that's not even the most final blows in our lobby. That actually goes to Tentacion right now with 13 final blows, but they have the most in this lobby. 6,000 damage right now. I'm sorry.
That Mercy falls so low, but they back off just in time. It's going to be the fight right inside of this room here. The Echo falls, but you don't have a focus beam either, so the Echo gets out for free. and now they're just flying around. There's the Mercy gone thanks to the focus beam, and now you have the Bastion just empowering the punch for right now, but that's a duplicated Bioactive that's gone, so the punch is now gone. Orientation has found 2 so far, and now they might be able to find their way around the corner. Bioactive has found Dammaster, doesn't really matter. You've got the picks, but it's 1 fight left to go with 10 seconds left.
I mean, we're going to be in overtime when we get in here. So, I mean, this is going to be from bad to worse here for New York Tech. 4 minutes, 36 seconds. And now you're looking at the Kitsune Rush, and you're looking at the Valkyrie here from New York Tech. I mean, Chongyun could pop off once again with another overclock.
Has to pop off here to stop them in their tracks. It's going to be the Kitsune Rush out first, both on either side. Kitsune Rush alongside of the overclock. Is this going to find anything? It does not. Orientation stops them both. Stops both the Kigo and stops the Sojourn, but wait just a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Not so fast, my friend. Cammy finds 2 already. Cammy's gone, and the fight continues on. It's just a Tracer, 3v1 style, 3 meters left to go. Pulse Bomb does land it.
No shot!
Both of the Echo and the Mercy at the same time, but it's not going to be enough anyways. New York Tech finds a way to complete the map. They go uno, dos, adios, completing the entire map on Numbani, 71 meters all the way through. But what, Billy, a chaotic fight at the end.
I feel like the dodgeball movie finals where the commentators are just laying back, just blow after blow from everything that's happening on the screen. That's what you and I are doing right now. We're kind of flopping around like tunas here in our chairs because that was mind splitting. I mean, what Chongyun just did alone what was disgusting. And yes, New York Tech does eventually get the full capture, but still that 2K pulse bomb, if anybody was around, that's a stall. That's probably going to be only a 2-point completion. So, man, I mean, you know, good for New York Tech sticking out and getting all 3 points. They guaranteed themselves at least a minute to try and take a point here. But from what we saw just there, here's where we need to zoom in right now. It's got to be Lord Dictation versus Chongyun, because those two are carrying their teams right now, and Bioactive, not to shake a stick at, also getting the work done on the Echo as well. It's kind of been Unlogic's not, you know, being up on that same level because they've been playing, and I can't even really say that because they've been playing in the tank role, but Bioactive was just on support, so I can't really even make that cross assimilation there. So, man, New York Tech definitely up against it. Their tournament live or their regular season lives on the line here. You know, they will make it into the playoffs. They're going to have a high seed regardless. But, man, once again, Bioactive right out the gate.
Bioactive right out the gate gets the sticky nades on a big one onto the Mercy as well. No more help for the Echo, although the Echo is able to trade that out. And now it's a trade fight. Lordentation is somehow still alive through all of that. Has found 2, and the spawn room's now in favor of New York Tech on the defensive end. They'll back off for right now, but if this Winston doesn't go down, it does go down, though, which means this very well could have been the fight lost in a one-fight play for New York Tech, or for Staten Island, and they're not going to be able to contest this, I don't think.
No, I mean, unless you were really ballsy, you know, you might be able to do it. I mean, there's only 2 ticks on there. There should be a touch. Come with the nope. It will not come through in the Luka Cammy. Taking space once again.
They're going to try to take space around the corner for right now. Point does unlock, giving them another 2.5, but Dammaster's already found Cammy in the process. Spawn room, though, right next to where they are being held. So Staten Island is just being held right around their spawn room, and now New York Tech can just kind of spam the damage right at them on this door. So far, nothing there as the shield now gone. Bubble broken. Dammaster gone as well from the focus beam. This signals the runaway game. How many more people are going to fall on this runaway? And there's so many people grouped up here. Bioactive has just found Pepino, and not good news if you're New York Tech. You're being backed all the way out.
I mean, there's a stagger to be found in here as well. They're looking for Unlogics right now. They do find him in the end. Nobody on the cart, so that's the saving grace here for the Cybears, is that the payload progress has not been made during this time. Duplicate ready for both of the Echoes here, just about. But the blade is going to be the kicker, I believe.
See if it is. You do have Bioactive on the duplication as well as the Meteor Strike and Kitsune Rush available as well. 4 minutes and 34 seconds. Plenty of time for Staten Island to push this one up. Bioactive actually duplicates into the Mercy, though. Will get an additional res off before... No, the duplication res does not go off, though Cammy does find the Mercy. Now the blade goes up in the air. Is that going to find anything? Chongyun dashes away onto 1. Will dash away onto the Kiriko as well with no protection. Suzu will dash into the Winston as well, but that won't be enough damage to get rid of this Winston. Down to 30 health. Chongyun's able to find the blade kill, but now it's Dammaster that's able to find the Primal Rage kill onto the Genji instead. And now Dammaster on this Primal Rage is going to back them all the way up. Good try from Staten Island. New York Tech sent them back.
I mean, what? How does Cammy stay alive other than that Mercy pocket? That is actually a huge kill here for Staten Island. They should be able to kind of push up on the back of this, especially with the Kitsune rush at their back.
They do have the Kitsune rush available to them, but that's the only ultimate other than a Valkyrie coming up in about 3%. New York Tech's got nothing on the board besides a Kitsune rush, as well as now the check mark for the Valkyrie. First to pop, though, is Noob on theirs, and now it's just going to be the Soldier trying to do as much damage as they can. But it's not going to come to no avail. Bioactive finds 2 kills, and now the Valkyrie gets popped up from Pepino. See if Lord and Tation can do anything. Mephistoff, though, is able to get the wrist onto Chongyun. Lord and Tation falls oh so low. 3 meters left to go. The spawn room's in favor of New York Tech at the moment, but it's not even going to matter. The final 3 meters headed to Staten Island with 4:40 to tie this up.
Yeah, and I like what we're seeing from Staten Island now. Cammy, I've been talking about it all series long, Keegan, is Cammy's willingness to push forward and make New York Tech make a stand, make them dislodge the tank. That's what Cammy has done so very well this entire series. And now you got the get out of jail card as well.
Now the Meteor Strike's going to come out in the backline. Is this going to be avoided? No, it will not be. Too much damage onto Pepino. And now Cammy's just in your backline saying hello, goodbye. The Winston has to back off as well into the point. And now they just got to make this last fight territory here. They ain't stagger anymore. It's going to get bad.
I mean, I think a little over-investiture there. Bioactive could have held on to that. So that might come back to bite him here. But 3:55 as we are rounding the last corner here. Visor is at the ready.
They do have the tac visor, but what's the use if your soldier's going to be dead here soon? There's going to be the Kitsune Rush paired alongside of that tac visor. They use the 2 ultimates. It's going to pay off in dividends. They find 3 kills. And they're going to find the backup situation for Staten Island, but 2 expensive ults there. New York Tech still holds on to 2 of their own.
I mean, you've got the Prowler Rage, so I mean, you can reset your health pool, get you up to 1,000 HP. You're going to have the juggle ability as well to really clear the point, which is going to be so very important for New York Tech here. Also, looking for where Lord Temptation goes onto this duplicate. Maybe a Genji.
Chongyun does have the blade available. Got 2 on it last time. Can you find another pair? And now it's going to be the duplication into the Doomfist. Finds a lot of damage. It's already 38%, but Lord Temptation duplication well fought off here from Staten Island. The duplication is basically going to go for nothing unless the Meteor Strike comes down within the next 3 seconds. I don't think it will be. Has to back off to the rest of the team. And so the duplication goes off for nothing. A big ultimate gotten rid of by Staten Island. But another big play is that Chongyun's gone without having to use the blade at all. Lord Temptation has found 2. The Primal Rage also popped from Dammaster, which very well could be huge, but 2 minutes and 42. They backed them off for right now.
Questionable ult usage there. I mean, you're up 2 and then you pop the Primal, and I mean, watching Lord Temptation go down, I mean, yeah, you're going to get him back into the fight relatively quickly. I mean, that's a Meteor Strike coming out. Goodbye, Moth, and then you're going to be able to reposition once again.
Now the blade gets popped out at the same time too. Cammy's kill onto the Mercy was big. Chongyun's trying to find the slash of the way onto the Kiriko will do so. And now we get into the final fight territory here as the payload moves into the home stretch. It's just the Winston to stall, but remember folks, you do not have that Primal Rage to stall out any further. Golden box to tie is right there. Lord Temptation's going to have to touch, but he's already spotted out right away. The final meter's 12 hundredths of a meter remains, and now the Kitsune Rush is out from Noob just to go ahead and secure what is the rest of it. Bioactive duplicates into the Soldier. Won't even matter. A minute 58 on the clock, and Staten Island also going uno dos adios. The second time we'll have a second round of attacks in back-to-back maps.
Except New York Tech does not get a chance to attack. It's his one tick to take the #1 seed here in the ECC. Final week of the regular season. Final day of broadcast as well. When we're done here, League of Legends will be on after this. But this is dire straits here for the Cybears. I mean, they're going to be in the playoffs. Let's be very clear there. Their 6-0 record definitely guarantees them that. But you really want to have that #1 seeding going into the playoffs. And, well, it looks like Staten Island may have just stamped their ticket. They just have to get one singular tick in 1 minute and 58 seconds.
One singular tick, 33 seconds to secure the #1 spots into the playoffs coming up very soon. And now Chongyun and Bioactive, very, very well done in this game so far. Cammy on the Doomfist has been such a threat. What does New York Tech want to do? They need to stave off what I would say, if it's a long fight, it's going to be 2 fights here, Billy.
Bioactive, by the way, has 16,300 plus damage and 40 elims in this match. Absolutely insane. I look forward to opening pick from either Chungyun or Bioactive. They're going to play this nice and methodical here. They're going to do the same thing that they did before. Be aggressive, take the space, watch for Kevin to go in.
See if they can. Bioactive, an early pick. This is deja vu, Billy. This is absolute deja vu. Bioactive gets the first pick. We'll find another. We'll find another. Back to back to back. It's not a chance in the world for New York Tech to come back into this. The Doomfist is going to have to come up with some major kills, but it's to no avail. Bioactive has found 4 in the fight. It only takes them a matter of 35 seconds again to get the 1 tick, and Staten Island is your #1 seed in the ECC.
I'm just absolutely flabbergasted right now. I mean, Lord Temptation did everything they could here in this map to get it done. But I mean, look at this aggression. This was the difference between New York Tech and Staten Island. It was the willingness to be aggressive. And I mean, we saw it, you know, I mean, New York Tech really did fight well. But I mean, just the over-aggressiveness, the hyper-aggressiveness here of this College of Staten Island. Yeah, CSI was a good show on TV. Well, CSI is a damn good team in Overwatch. And, I mean, they're going to be hard to beat here coming up in our playoffs.
Yeah, Staten Island coming out big, especially one of the players here we'll mention. And actually, we'll mention 2 of the players. But first, I want to mention Bioactive yet again. Moving on over from the support to the DPS side. And now for the entire series for Bioactive. Remember, played the EOTI in 3 games, mind you. Went over to the support, played the EOTI only for a portion of that map, and somehow still comes up 3 eliminations short of the century mark, Billy. That's got to be insane for a damage dealer to move on over to the support and then back to the DPS to do. It's insane.
Yes, I'm just absolutely impressed there from them, and I actually want to take a look at one more player, and it was from the squad that did not get the win here today, but I want to take a look at Lord Dedation. They really did put up one hell of a echo map here for me, and I'm seeing if we're going to be able to get it. Maybe not. So yeah, we are going to get it here. They're just getting the numbers crunched here, but I mean, we would not have seen them complete from the duplicates that we saw, from the positioning, from the sticky bomb kills. I mean, really did keep pace there with Bio on the Echo. I mean, just back and forth. Chungyun, of course, the 4K there to stop with 4:36 on the clock. They got that massive 4K. So, I mean, there's a lot of work done. Here it comes. I mean, 61 eliminations here for Lord. 32,000. I mean, that's across the entirety of our series here today. 39 final blows and 17 ults used across all 3 maps. Definitely a reason why NYT is such a formidable force here. But man, in the end, too much out of the Dolphins from CSI.
Too much for the Dolphins. Or, sorry, too much for the Cybears to handle for the Dolphins, as, again, Dolphins move up to a 7-0 record. Meanwhile, New York Tech sitting at a 6-1 record. So, for right now, standing sit where the CSI team will go 7-0, the #1 seed overall. Meanwhile, New York Tech will stay in the #2 position. Southern New Hampshire, Malloy, I don't know if we have an update there. Well, I'm checking that right now to see if we do have any other updates. No updates to talk about at the moment, so we'll see where the rest of the playoffs land up. But while we're done here in Overwatch, it is not done yet on broadcast. Coming up in about 45 minutes from now, you will see League of Legends, Illinois Wesleyan taking on Campbellsville in the ECAC week #8. So plenty of action left to go, and we go to Summoner's Rift very soon as well. Special shout out to our observer Cool Scoots as well as our producer Colton. For Chef Billy and I, we thank you for watching another exciting series of Overwatch 2. Once again, Staten Island, your #1 seed in the ECC, winning against New York Tech 3-0. League of Legends comes up after the 45-minute break. We'll see you later, and thanks for watching, folks.